Hey everyone, I'm Lauren Parajon.
And I'm Lauren Butler.
We're longtime friends, same name, different zip codes, and 1,000 miles apart.
Once upon a time, we tried new challenges every month. Now, we're just trying to make it through motherhood, midlife, and messy mornings with a little humor and a lot of heart.
So welcome to Are We Doing This? Real talk for real life at 40.
So, are we doing this?
Looks like it. Let's get into it.
Hi, guys. Welcome back. We are back with season 2, episode 2. And
Episode 2. We did it.
2026. We're still
Yeah.
here.
Well,
Woo!
you're kind of still here. You're kind of also on your deathbed.
I have been fighting the illness for a whole week now.
I feel
It's
like
been
everyone
really
has
fun.
this illness, and it's this weird thing that
Yes.
doesn't test positive for flu or COVID or anything, but it like sure sounds like it.
Well,
And then the end of it is that lingering cough that lasts like 9 weeks. So
yes, that's what stage I'm in, is the lingering cough stage. So
yeah.
I apologize in advance, everybody. I'm going to do my very best to keep the hacking out of the episode today. Lauren's
She
already
cleared
gotten
that
a
up
nice.
before she cleared it up before we started.
Excuse me. Yep, we got a nice little nice clear out right in time. You're welcome for that. So yeah, but I feel like a lot of people around here have had the flu. What about in
Yeah.
your area?
In our area, like a lot of people had the flu or flu symptoms like all through
Okay.
Christmas. Like all my friends who traveled, they all ended up getting it and their whole families got it.
Yeah.
By some miracle, I'm knocking on all the wood. My family has been healthy, so I'm excited
Yeah.
about that. And this is the first year I've gotten the flu
Yay.
shot in a while because I'm just lazy. But my daughter wanted the flu shot. She's like, "Can we please go get the shot?" And I was like, "Okay."
Really?
Like her one outing, she wanted to go to CVS and get the flu shot.
The
And I was
flu
like, "All
shot?
right, I
That's so
guess if you want
funny.
to."
Does she like
So
getting poked?
apparently she's an odd one, but yeah. So we got our flu shots
I
and
love
we've been
that.
healthy. So
That's
knock on all the
awesome.
wood. Yeah.
I got my flu shot, but it was back in October. So I wonder if I just got it too early or
Um.
I don't know, man, but I took a test. I took one of those, like, they have the multi-test now. So I
Yeah.
took like the RSV, flu A and B, and COVID
Yeah.
test, and I was negative on everything. I failed.
Man,
Or
failed
passed, I
or
guess.
passed.
But it was like the equal parts, like, oh, I'm glad I don't have those.
Yeah.
And also, well, then what the heck is wrong with me? Like,
I'm so annoyed that
I
they
just
don't have
can't
a
take
strep
it.
test, an at-home strep test yet because,
Yes.
like, it's what's that? That's what my whole family gets, or actually what me and my
Yeah.
daughter get all the time. And it's like if I just could save myself a trip to urgent care, like I
Right.
understand that if it's positive, I then have to go to a doctor. I get that
Yeah.
because you need antibiotics. But like, I'm I've probably gone like 8 times for her to test negative, which is on top of the other 9 times it was positive. But like, it's
Yeah.
such a pain in the butt where I'm like, could I just swab her at home? This is so annoying.
Right. Right.
So annoying.
To go and then, yeah. So anyway, it feels like a rough time. I was
Yeah.
just saying I've been sick and last week I had a few days where like I had fever and I had aches and I had all the things
Yeah.
and it was just no fun. And I
Yeah.
got to have a sick day in bed where it was like I just slept for like a
Yeah.
very long time. And thankfully, because I have an amazing partner, he did all the things. He took the kids to school, he made the breakfast, he made the lunches.
Yeah.
He even did some pickups in the afternoon because I still was on my deathbed. So for like 2 days straight, I did nothing, which
Wow.
God bless him because like moms don't get sick days like
No, I
that.
was like, I was almost like, so you got to be a husband for 2 days.
Yes, I got to just
I
lay
mean,
in
that's rude
bed.
to say about husbands do things, but when they're
Yes.
sick, they do not do anything.
Yeah, I got to like
Yeah.
wander down in the afternoon and like eat something finally a little
Yeah.
bit and then go back to bed. I mean, which was
Man.
incredible. Anyway,
And
so
during
that's
that time, you started heated rivalries and did not finish
I
even like,
know.
what'd you get through? One episode?
I got through 2 episodes.
Okay.
I was, like, in that sick state where I didn't even, like, have the attention span to, like,
Yeah.
read or watch
So you're
anything,
just like body
which is,
ache
like, such a
shivering.
yes, I was, like, body ache shit. It was so uncomfortable that,
Ugh,
like,
that's the
nothing was
worst.
comfortable,
Yeah.
which is the worst. But yeah, all the time sick, and I didn't even, like, get to binge a new show.
It
I did watch
sucks.
towards the end, I was, like, feeling a little better, so I watched a little bit, but I've only seen 2 episodes, but
Okay.
I get it. I get the
You
hype.
do?
Yeah.
I
You
am
don't
like
get it?
such I I'm like I know this is the most unpopular opinion in culture today is like I didn't enjoy I
Yeah.
loved one of the couples, which was not the
Okay.
main couple. Love their story so much. I cried for their story. I was like, "I get why people love this show," but
Yeah.
everyone loves the show for the other couple, and I
Yeah.
don't get it,
And you
and I
just didn't get
didn't
it.
feel the passion. I
That's
just,
so
like and I was, like,
interesting.
so not attracted to either one of them. Like, I don't
Yeah.
you don't have to be to understand their but the other couple, oh, but
But you
yeah, I
like
just, like, I think it was so hyped up, and I don't know if that hurt my experience of it, like,
yeah.
"Oh, is it gonna live up to the hype?" Which maybe I should have watched it sooner or, like, I think I went in well, I watched the first episode, like, with people, which is what you're not supposed to do, like, it was, like,
Yeah.
5 of us girls sitting around trying to watch it,
Yeah.
and the first episode, you saw it, is just, like,
Yeah.
it it's like 1 month later, 9 months later, 8 months later,
There's
they're
a
all
lot
just,
of
like
time jumps,
it's
yeah.
just a lot of, like, hooking up with no conversation and some weird music
No,
and
like,
bad
story.
dialogue and no,
Yeah.
like, tension building for, like, I don't know, I think 3 years passed in the first episode, and so when it ended, I was like, "I don't get it." Like, I don't like it. I don't wanna watch
I don't
another
get
one.
it.
Like, I didn't like it at all, but
That's
I
so
did end up forcing
interesting.
myself to watch the whole thing, and, I mean, I would say I enjoyed it, once you get past the first couple episodes, but yeah, that
Okay.
second couple, oof.
Was better.
I love
So,
it.
I have watched so few that I haven't even gotten introduced to the second couple yet, so I
Okay.
think I'm only on
You're in for a
yeah.
treat.
So,
You are
I
in
gotta
for a
keep
treat.
watching, but we
Yeah,
wanna hear from you guys too if you liked it and what you thought.
yeah. Or am I the
And
only
I
one
get
who
it. I'm
didn't
into it.
love it? I don't know. Am I the only one who
Was
doesn't
it
love
the
that couple?
was it
Like,
the Russian accent guy?
that he's actually Texan. Did you know that? He's from Texas?
Really? I
Yeah,
knew
he's
he
not
was
even
like
Russian, and
I
he
thought he was
learned Russian for
British.
the role. No, he's
Oh,
Texan,
wow.
which is wild. So I think he's a great actor. I think he did a great
Yeah,
job, but
he did
I
a good
just,
job. We're
that
feeling it.
accent also just didn't do it for me. But
Didn't
also he just
no?
I didn't think they were very cute.
No. You know?
Yeah.
Okay,
But
well
once you get to episode 3, get back to me.
okay, deal.
Yeah.
We'll touch base. So, yeah,
Yeah.
I am starting to feel a little better, but I just, like, feel like I've been in the sick bubble where, like, I just haven't done anything for a
Yeah.
week,
Yeah.
useful. So, I don't have a lot, like, going on. I feel like time froze for a week for me to be lame.
Yeah.
Um, but, we're getting back at it.
Yeah. Well,
I'm
stuff
here.
definitely happened
Oh.
in the country while you were down and out.
Oh my gosh.
Um,
That is the one
like
thing I have stayed plugged into, and, it's yeah, it's really dark.
yeah.
It's confounding, and
Yeah.
it's really upsetting, and that, like, we talked about this before the pod, like, what should we say, and
Yeah.
there's, like, not a lot new to say,
Right.
like and we don't have a lot to add that hasn't already been said, I don't
Right.
feel
And we're not
like.
trying to be any kind of expert on anything, but just like we
No.
can't not address what's
Acknowledge.
happening. We can't not. Yeah. But
Yeah.
at the same time, it's like I don't even know what I don't even know what to say. Like I'm just like so disgusted and just like I don't know. I it's wild and I can't believe this is really happening in our country and that this is where we are. And again, I'm also not surprised that this is where we are. So
Right.
it's just even was like, should we even do a podcast this week? You know, like I
Right.
feel like it's hard to talk about trivial things, you know, like a
Yeah.
TV show or something when all this is going on. And I have seen some people are like taking a break and just being like, you know, we don't want to add to or take away from any of the conversation. And I feel
Yeah.
the same like we feel the same way. We were texting about like what do we even talk about? What do we say? And I don't know what we can say to be like helpful, but I also feel
Right.
like it's helpful to vent about it and just to tell everyone we're not alone and how we're feeling in these things.
Right.
But that's where
And
we
I
are. We're just man.
yeah, and I was saying to you, like, I don't have anything new to say. I'm not gonna, like, um, have an argument or, like, litigate with people who don't agree or
Right.
whatever. But I also am in a place where, like, I can't let it go unsaid. I can't
Yeah.
just, like, not say the thing,
Hmm.
because it just feels so dangerous and past the point of okay in so many
Hmm.
ways that I just it's like the gaslighting effect
Yeah. The
after so
gaslighting is
much time
insane.
and the just like how much illegal shit is happening, how much
Hmm.
oppression, how much um just like all of it. It's just like the only thing we can do is just like keep saying what's true.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like people keep saying like just keep recording it, keep documenting
Right.
it and like
Well,
the
and that's
power of people being out
what's
and capturing it, it's
Yeah,
like, doesn't fe I get but I also get the helpless feeling of, like, I can't
yeah,
stop it, but,
yeah,
like, there is some power in just, like, keeping saying, like, "This isn't right.
yeah,
It's not
right,
okay."
yeah. But I was saying, like, so it used to annoy me that people's phones are always out. I really would be annoyed, like, someone gets hurt and I see a video of it, I'm like, "Why aren't you helping them why are you filming
Right,
this
yeah.
instead of helping?" But right now, like, the best thing we can do is have video footage of what's real, because otherwise the government's telling us
Yeah,
other things, and, like, had I not seen the footage of what happened to Alex Preddy, like, I don't know what I would have thought, because, like, if I hadn't seen it with my own eyes, who do I believe, right? Like,
right.
the government says one thing, and then, bystanders say another
Yeah,
thing, and it's like, that's, like, actual footage we can see with our own eyeballs, and so
yeah,
it's like, now I'm like, "Yes, record everything," and then at the same time, you and I have been trying to stay off social media,
I know.
but now it's
Yeah,
like, I can't be ignorant to this. I can't, like, and like you were saying, like, you saw that video footage before it was even on the news,
yeah,
and so it's like, we do need to keep, like, up with what's happening on the ground, because we might get that news before it hits, media outlets, but then there's also the insanity of having to determine what's AI and what's not anymore, It's like, I can't
yeah,
that's so hard right now, is, like, what to believe, and can you trust your own eyeballs even anymore? So, I
right.
don't know, the whole thing is it's
It's a
insane. I
lot.
don't even it's a lot, yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like we have to balance it with, being connected to the real world. Like,
Right.
that's the same experiment with, like, putting our phones down is, like,
Yeah.
we have to take the sources of information we're getting, and you're right, there is a lot of value in being able to stay connected to people who are on the ground there,
Mhm.
and so that we know what's really happening, but
Right.
also, like, reaching out in our own neighborhoods and
Right.
community and, like,
Yeah.
talking to real people and being connected because I think that tethers us to, like, reality and humanity and
Mhm.
sanity in
Yeah,
some
yeah,
way
yeah,
and makes you feel a little less insane,
yeah.
but yeah, I think it's also the time to, like, do something. I know we've been talking about we're both, you know, dedicated to calling our senators and, like, making
Mhm.
sure that we know Congress is voting on legislation to
That
fund,
could fund
for the
ICE.
continuing funding of ICE, and so
Mhm.
there's a lot in that that we can advocate for, and against, and so being able to call our senators, whether they're Democrat or Republican,
Yeah.
to take a stand on that stuff isn't really important and at least gives us I think also it doesn't just give you a sense of agency, but it actually they say,
Right.
it actually does make a difference, right? Because all of
Yeah.
those calls have to get logged and documented
Yeah.
and counted more or less.
Mhm.
So yeah, I think figuring out what the thing is you can do and
Yeah.
then trying to preserve some level of sanity and
Yeah. And it's also, like, it's easy for people, like, I could isolate and just be like, "It's not happening right here. I'm okay.
right.
We're safe." It
Yeah.
could. It very well could happen right here. Like, even though
Oh,
I'm in a
yeah.
blue, like, city, just outside of our city is very, very red, and so it's like, and like we were saying, it's also not about blue and red. It's not about politics. We were talking about this earlier. Like, what's happening currently is just not. It's not even about politics anymore. It's just like
Yeah.
about human decency, and like it's
Yeah.
but anyway, it's like it's
Yes.
that's why it's another reason to feel like keep connected and what's happening on the ground there to prepare if we need to here. It could
Right.
happen. I mean, I know I've heard. I have not verified any of these sources. I have heard of ICE being in Fort Collins, and like my husband's an immigrant, my dad is an immigrant, both
Yeah.
naturalized citizens, but that doesn't matter anymore.
No.
And like Alex, Freddie, and Renee Good were not, immigrants, and
Right.
so it's like, no, like, who's safe? Who's safe,
Right.
And that's what's so hard is, like, now nowhere it's just wild. We're in America, where we're supposed to be, like,
Yeah.
land of the free and all this shit, and no one's
Well,
safe. No one's
and that
safe.
the ICE agents now are just blatantly
They're just
profiling. So they'll just say,
yeah,
where's your accent from? Where are you from?"
yeah,
Or they're just blatantly
yeah,
asking
yeah,
people,
yeah,
and telling them that they're profiling them because they don't sound
yeah, yeah.
American. Like, what does that even mean?
I know. Well,
Um,
I have a friend here, I'm not gonna name anyone I'm not gonna name her, but she was like when this first started happening, she was like, "Oh, I purposely speak Spanish." She's Mexican, but she's a legal citizen here. But she was like, "Oh, no, when I'm out, I purposely speak Spanish with my son. We talk Spanish together, and, like, we do it out loud in public because I'm proud and, like, all this stuff." And I'm like, "That's so dangerous now. Like, it's so scary
yeah.
now, like, to even just be proud of who you are." Like, it's Ugh, it's so
That's so
frustrating. I
sad.
don't know.
That's so
It's
brave.
anyway.
Like, think about that, like, making those kind of choices every day.
Yeah, yeah.
It's incredible. We have a pretty large ice presence here because Beaverton, the town we're in, and Hillsborough and a lot of the neighboring towns are very we have some really densely Hispanic neighborhoods,
Mhm.
and so we have a lot of it
Yeah.
here, which is hard. Like, just seeing not like micro, not like my
Right,
neighborhood,
right.
but a lot in our area. So yeah, it's a lot. It's
Man.
real and it's scary, man. So
Yeah,
anyway,
it's
all that to say, everybody knows where to get their news sources, but I guess just know where we stand on the issue
yeah.
and call your senators and
Yeah.
I don't know. I know it's like weird to say and I don't even want to have hope anymore, but like I'm hoping that this most recent murder was like the maybe something that will start changing minds because it's
Yeah.
just such a blatant lie,
Blatant lie, yeah.
um, that maybe some people will start, taking action.
Yeah.
We can hope.
Well, while we were all texting our friend group, we were texting about just how down we are about this and everything. Anyway, I like stumbled across this little. Would you call this a poem? What would you call this?
Yeah,
I don't
I
know. It
think it
was a
was a
thing on
poem.
social media that I saw that it might be a poem, and I screenshotted it to send to you guys. But I decided to read it because it's kind of like helps. It was the feeling I was having at the time where I'm very torn between like this is so dark and this is so much evil is happening, and then I start to feel bad about, just like laughing about something or like finding joy somewhere. And so then I stumbled across this and so anyway, I'll share it, but it's from Karen Salmonson, I believe. Her website is your to die for life.com. But it says the world is both burning and blooming. You get the bad news and the sunrise in the same day. You cry over the headlines and then you laugh at a baby wearing a hat shaped like a bear. This is the dual citizenship of being alive: rage and reverence, grief and grace. You are allowed to feel both. You are allowed to scream and still notice how good the soup is. You don't have to choose, let it all in. And so after I read that, I was like, oh man, that helps me just like,
Mm.
because it's such conflicting feelings right now. And it's just like so hard to, when you do find little pockets of joy, to like not also compare that to what else is happening in the world. So
Yes. Yeah.
I don't know if that will help anyone else, but I thought that was,
Yeah.
I don't know, it helped me like find perspective.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. What a
So
time, man. What a
I know, what
time.
a time. But speaking of how good the soup is, I did
Soup.
have we went on our book retreat.
Ah,
So that was not
yes.
last weekend, but the weekend before, our second annual book retreat.
Yes.
And I hope this doesn't, I know I shouldn't say, but again, it feels insensitive to talk about these things right after talking about things that are so
No,
dark and
man.
things that are happening. But you have to notice how good the soup is. So we
Yes.
had our annual retreat. So the day we were leaving, there were these like insane high winds. We had these crazy windstorms that
Oh
were like
gosh.
schools were getting canceled because power companies were just, we've been through this in Texas, but power
Yeah.
companies were just turning the power off, to like, especially in places that are more rural with like the power lines that are above ground.
Oh yeah.
So in Fort Collins we were fine, but outside of it, so we like Red Feather, where my cabin is a good 45, 50 minutes outside up into the mountains. And so we get up there to the cabin and there's no power at the cabin. And we were like, oh, we didn't plan for this. Like and it was cold. And I think
Oh
the
no.
high on Saturday was supposed to be like 11,
Oh
maybe.
my gosh.
And
That's
overnight, it
cold.
was gonna be in the negatives, and it was I think it was supposed to snow. I don't remember, one of the days it snowed, but anyway, which is what we wanted. We wanted cold weather and snow so we could,
Yeah.
like, cozy up,
But
but
with
2 of
heat.
the yeah, with heat, but so right when we get there, we're like, "Oh god," we had to text. I think, like, 4 of us made it there first, and then we had to text the rest of the group because some of them had to work. Um, one had to work a half day that Friday, so she needed internet, and I assumed since we had
Oh no.
Starlink that we would have internet because, like, Starlink's supposed to have internet everywhere, but no, you have a router that's plugged in, but if I have no power, I can't. Anyway, so we had
Oh
no
no.
internet, we have no cell phone service up there. So
Oh
then we couldn't
no.
even, like, figure out how to even contact everybody else to tell them, "Don't come right
Oh,
now." But if you, like, stood outside and held your phone up and found the satellite, you could do text message via satellite. Anyway,
okay.
so we were like, "All right, what is our plan?" Because I, like, had a crock pot with me that needed to be plugged in.
Yeah.
We were just like we weren't prepared. So we're like, "All right, let's regroup." So we went to the tavern. The tavern is just
Okay.
like it's called Red Feather Tavern. It's the cutest little just small town bar, They also have amazing pizza. It's just the cutest. I can't even explain this place. It's just so cute. They have like mugs hanging on the wall with people's names on them. So
That's
now my
awesome.
husband and I both have a mug on the wall with our names on it. So we
Cute.
just feel like regulars there. But I just freaking love this place. So we get there and they're running on a generator. So at least like they have power
Okay.
from the generator, not real power, and, they had a wood burning stove in there, so it was all cozy, and,
Aw.
they had, like the pizza oven was going, so and obviously beer was flowing, so we're like, "Let's regroup there," and they're, like, in town. What it's hard to call it in town. Red Feather is not real anyway, the most in town you can be, so there was cell phone signals. We, like, texted everybody
Okay.
else, and we're like, "Alright, here's the problem. There's no power, but our cabin does have a wood burning stove? Wood burning stove,
Yeah.
and it runs on gas, so we can use the stove, we can use the
Okay.
oven, and we can
Yeah.
heat the house." Um, I was like, "We have 1 candle, and it's a mosquito candle." And I
Oh,
have
like citronella.
one yeah, yeah, and I have one, like, blindingly bright flashlight to be used that would be outdoors, but
Oh my
so we
gosh.
weren't, like, the most prepared for, like, a power outage,
Yeah.
but we could do it, and part of us we were like, "It would be so nice actually if the cabin what if we had no power at the cabin all weekend," right? Like, how perfect is
Yeah,
that for,
yeah.
like, a cozy book retreat weekend?
Like
So
offline. Yeah.
yeah, completely off the grid, and I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, this would be so fun," and so as we're planning it, the power comes back on at the tavern, and so we're like, "Oh, okay, like, no
Well,
problem, we can."
it's
And then
fine.
it went back off, and so we're like, "Okay, now it's off," and one of the girls, she has her own architect firm, and she was, like, offered a lot of money to work on the weekend to finish a project, so she was like, "I think I'm gonna do
Oh,
it because it was, like, a lot of money, so I was like, "You have to do it."
yeah.
Um, and so we were like, "I don't know if I should tell you if you should come or not because like, the power could go back out," and it was,
Yeah.
like, even windier like, that night and the next morning, so we were
Oh,
like, "Oh my
no.
god." So we decided, "Let's just risk it, let's do it." Litany, who you know, her
Yes.
husband, she told him, she was like, "There's no power," and he was like, "I got you." He went and grabbed, like, all the camping lights they have, like, he was basically like a doomsday prepper prepared, like, it was his
Oh my
day, like, he was
gosh.
so
Amazing.
excited, like, loaded her up with everything, but anyway, so, like, we ended up getting power back that evening, but
Oh,
it
good.
started out a little rocky, but God, that if anyone has the opportunity to take a weekend, you need at least 2 nights, and
Yeah.
just get your girlfriends together and just go with the only responsibility you have that entire time
Yeah.
is to make 1 meal,
Yeah. Feed
1
yourself.
feed yourself. Yeah, and then, like, just get up to get your bowl of soup. That's your other responsibility,
Yeah.
and that's it. Like, there's no rules, there's no bedtime, there's no wake up time, there's no
Yeah.
it was just like your literal only job is to read,
You
or
just, like,
if you're
lounge.
listening yeah, because some of them were listening to, audiobooks, so then we had 2 book-themed puzzles, we had, like, a banned book puzzle, and there was another puzzle, and, like,
Oh, that's
it
a good
was
idea.
just yeah, because that's a easy thing to, like, do while you're listening, but
Listening.
it was just, like, we have all these, like, floor mattresses, just, like, rolled up mattresses, and we, like, moved out all the couches and just put a ton of, like, floor mattresses on the ground,
So
and,
fun.
like, we didn't get well, we joked because, like, we're like, we didn't get dressed, but we had certain pair of pants for lounging, and
Yeah.
then we had our walking sweatpants, and then we had our sleep
Yeah.
sweatpants, so it was like, we wore nothing but sweatpants,
Sweatpants.
and, like, I think I wore a
Yeah.
onesie at some point,
That's
um,
amazing.
and it was just absolutely perfect, and it did snow a
And you
little, so
just
there was,
read
like,
everybody
a
just
light dusting.
read and
I read
listened.
entire I think we read a book and a half, and we just, like it's just the best thing in the world, and I'm like, "I wish everyone could do this," and
Yeah.
the
That's so
soups were
fun.
so good, the soups were so good, like,
Was
ah
there, like, one person that would just, like, kept wanting to, like, talk and,
well,
like,
so we
I
did
don't
this weekend was a little chattier than last time we did this,
Okay.
but we did definitely have pockets of no talking, but it was
Yeah.
kinda nice because it's funny is my book club, if you were to ever, like, meet all of us individually, you would never put us together and say we'd be friends, like,
Really?
it was the most
Very
dynamic,
different.
strange group of people that we would have never been friends otherwise, and
Okay.
so we only hang out on book club night, except for, like, me and my sister and Jess, like,
Okay.
and so our book club's only once a month, so, like, those are the only times we get together, and
Okay.
so, like, for some of the girls, it felt like they needed to, like to, like they were going through some stuff they wanna talk about, and so, like,
Oh, yeah.
it was very just, like, say it all, like, get it out, and
Yeah.
so it was the perfect mix of chatty, catching up,
Social.
and
Yeah.
just silent reading, and it
That's
was
awesome.
It's so nice, and we just, like, played, like, a mountain mix on Spotify and on the
Of
Bluetooth
music.
speaker and just
Ah, red,
it was ama and then we
lounged.
we watched, That People You Meet on Vacation. Did you
Oh,
watch that on
yeah.
Netflix?
No, is it good?
Well, we read the book a long time
Yeah.
ago, the Emily Henry book, and so it was like it felt like a fun, cheesy '90s rom-com kind of, like,
Okay, the
it was
movie.
fine. Yeah, it was fine.
It was fine.
It
Okay.
was fine.
That's kinda what I expected. When I saw the preview, I was
Yeah.
like, "That's probably fine."
But it was fun for, like, to watch a book
Oh.
movie with book club.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, but yeah, it was just, like, absolutely perfect. I recommend it to everyone, and,
That's
like,
amazing.
oh, I just love it, and I can't wait for the next one.
Okay, deal. Book retreat. Do
Book
it. To
retreat,
do.
everybody,
Highly
everybody.
recommend.
Or, like,
That's
craft
awesome.
retreat, or just, like, find a retreat.
Yeah.
Just retreat, really. Just
Just
retreat from
just
life.
go away and
Yeah, just
don't do
go.
anything.
Just go.
That sounds like a dream. That sounds
Yes,
lovely. And I
it
think it's
really
so cool
was.
that you have such a good mix of women who you guys want the same level of like socialization versus
Yep.
quiet. Cause I could see
Yeah.
how that could be tricky if like
Yeah.
there was one or two people in the group who didn't jive with like the vibe.
Yeah.
So that's
Well, that's why we
awesome.
had, like it's a very like, there's 9 of us in our book club, and we've, like every now and then we'll introduce a new person and then see how it works out, but, like,
Yeah.
the core 9 is, like, exactly what we need, and
Yeah.
it
The core nine.
throws off the whole, like, vibe when we try to add anyone else, so we were just like, "Let's stop adding
We're
people
not
and just
looking for
leave
new
it."
members right now.
Yeah. Yeah,
We
we're
yeah,
exclusive.
exclusive. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Oh, it's
Well, I
lovely.
had, since our last pod, since before I got sick, we had, actually, I wonder if one of them gave it to me, probably not.
Probably.
But we had, my husband and I had 3 of our his really good college friends, come visit from out of town.
Yeah.
I say our friends because they really were in college, they were our friends. I think I knew all 3 of them first. 3 gentlemen who I guess I could call them gentlemen,
Gentlemen.
who I met in college through just like, college friends.
Yeah.
They were in our same they were in the same they shared the same dorm as a really dear friend of mine.
Okay.
The friend actually who was dating Zach, which is how I met Zach.
Oh, okay.
And so anyway,
Mm.
there's a
A little
lot of like
incestual.
ancestral stories that link
That just is
together.
college. I think that
Yeah,
just
exactly.
is college.
So I won't get into that specifics, but yeah. So anyway, that's kind of how we all met. But they
Yeah.
were all friends, and we all hung out for a while. And then there were some of us shared. Like my roommate was also really good friends with them, and we lived off campus together, so we would all party together and stuff. And so these 3 guys have just been around a long time. I mean, like in college, we used to play beer pong. We used to have beer pong tournaments. We used
Yeah.
to party in off-campus apartments. And I think it was before you and I
I
really
know, 'cause I
became
was like,
good
"How come I
friends.
never hung out with this group?"
You never hang out with this group,
But
right?
I
I
was,
think it
like,
was
a year.
post
Yeah, because you started
them
a year before me, right?
in school.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Yeah, so I think it was before because it was my
Okay.
pretty early college,
Okay.
that I met these guys and hung out with them a lot. And then, my roommate was my dear friend. We were all a big group, and there was a lot of incestual dating
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
cross-pollinating happening. And anyway, we were young and really dumb, and God, I have a lot of memories from that time.
Yeah.
And, then later into that, I think they met Zach. When did they meet Zach? I wish I could remember. I think it was actually when I started becoming friends with Zach, when his girlfriend at the time, who was my best friend at the time, left to study abroad.
Mhm.
And him and I started becoming friends. I brought him into like this group
Yeah.
to start hanging out and so introduced him to them. Well,
Okay.
since then, the years, how many years? Oh no.
Too many.
20?
Ugh.
Oh, how's that
I
possible?
don't
20
know.
years ago? Oh my
Yikes.
gosh. Anyway, since then, um, Zach has done a really awesome job staying in touch with these guys and has grown
Mhm.
really close with them. Like, we've been to all their weddings. Zach's very best friend, Ryan, is in this group.
Mhm.
He was in our wedding, like very close friends. They're
Yeah.
probably very best friends. And now they're grown and they have kids, all of them. One of them has a 13-year-old. One of them
Wow.
has 3 kids.
Jeez.
Ryan has a son who's the same age as our daughter, and they're pretty friendly and they come visit a lot. So, like, we've all been through it all together,
Yeah,
but it's just funny having them here, all 3 of them, just the dudes. They had, like, a dude bro weekend,
yeah,
and all 3 of the dudes came. They left the wives and the kids at home, and so I kind of hosted them,
yeah,
and they set up an extra TV in our living room and just played
yeah.
NBA 2K, like,
Okay,
all weekend. That's their
that's
thing,
funny. That was their
and they
retreat.
love to play together. That was their retreat. Yeah, it's just
Mhm.
playing NBA 2K all weekend. So I mostly just tried to make myself scarce with the kids and
Yeah,
get out of there so they could have their time. They did a few other things too. But it was just so funny being like, okay, these are dudes that I like played beer pong with
yeah,
when I was
yeah,
19 and other things that are probably unmentionable.
yeah.
And now they're here in my home
With
playing
my
with my
children.
7-year-old and
Yeah.
4-year-old child,
Isn't that wild?
uh, who I married Zach, one of,
Yeah,
our friend, and like now we're here and they have children and they're like comparing notes on like their favorite cartoons with my kids.
yeah.
Anyway, life is weird, man.
Growing up is weird, man. It
Growing
really
up is
is.
weird. I'm like, how did we get here? Like, who would have thunk that?
That's why I can't wait until our family trip we're gonna do with, like, you and me and
Yes,
Ashley and Joy to because 'cause we've never had all of our kids together,
I
but we talked
know.
about it when we were younger, like, what our kids would be like, and that just
Yeah,
it's gonna be so weird to see it for real life. It's
happen
gonna
in
be
real
weird.
life.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
that's
So
gonna be
anyway
cool. I can't
anyway,
wait.
that was fun, and it was kind of a weird blast of the past.
Yeah,
Life is weird. We're old.
you felt
But
nostalgic.
yeah, other than being sick, that's all I did.
Yeah.
Maybe one of
Oh,
them made me
man.
sick.
Probably.
If you guys
Let's
are listening, let me
blame the
know if any of you
boys.
have been sick.
Blame those
Yeah,
boys.
exactly. Okay, so what are we talking
Man.
about today?
I
We
don't
wanna
know.
talk about some
What to talk about?
obsessions? Things
Yeah, we
we're
could do
into?
obsessions. Yeah, let's do it.
Is that
Do
what we're
you have
talking
one you wanna
about?
start with? You want me to start?
You should start. I
Okay.
think yours are gonna
I'm
be stronger this week.
well,
Not
I
gonna
wouldn't
lie.
say that. I'm currently obsessed with these, nail what do you call them when they're, like, semi-cured nail gel
Ooh,
stickers? Is that what we're calling them?
stick
Nail
okay,
wraps? But they're
something like
basically
that?
semi-cured, so they're like the regular, like, kind of like sticker thing. So it's not a press-on nail. It's like a
Okay, okay,
sticker thing that you push onto your nail, but then
okay.
you put it under that light what's that light called? UV light, right? UV?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you, like, cure it
Yeah, so you have
with a
your own
light?
little mini light and you cure it so then they're supposed to feel harder and shinier. I don't feel like mine do, but they do stay on for like 2 weeks. And I
Oh,
don't know
nice.
if you're watching,
Let's
you
see.
can like I'm obsessed with these ones I have
Ooh,
on now. They just have
those
like
are
a little bit of gold on the
cute.
bottom and then they're like kind of just light pink.
Okay, they're
But I've
very
been
cute.
wearing these now because I haven't been doing my nails since we left Texas. I stopped doing my nails.
Yeah,
Um,
same.
but every now and then it's nice to have a little something on
Yeah.
there. I don't know. So I'm currently loving
Fun.
these.
What's the
And they're only like
brand
15
called?
bucks. So I've been trying, there's Dashing Diva is one of them. That's one you can get at like Target and CVS.
Okay.
I like those. And then these ones are Ahora, I believe. Got them
Oh, yeah.
on Amazon. And then I have Polish Pops is the one my sister uses that I'm gonna order a few of those. But
Oh,
I just love
nice.
them. They're like, 15 or I don't know, 17 bucks. So for a manicure that will last a couple weeks, it's not bad. So,
That's not
but I
bad.
have noticed with my
Cute.
when I'm caking, I use a lot of food coloring, and I won't notice that I'll get food coloring underneath
Oh,
um,
yeah.
a sticker, and then like once
Sorry.
I do remove these, it's like it looks like I murdered somebody. I just have like dark
It's
red
red.
nails, and they
Oh
stain.
my
So
gosh.
anyway,
But you don't notice it
but
until you take them off?
no, I
They're
don't
just
know until I take them
underneath?
off. There's underneath,
That's
yeah.
funny.
So
Oh my
that's
gosh.
fun. But
Cool.
what's
Well,
one of
my
your things?
obsession is equally as sexy and cute. Have you ever tried the Vicks Vapor Rub shower
I
steamers?
have never, I've never, but
They're
it does sound like an
magical.
experience.
Yes, I was like, okay, those and the original y'all. I'm such a nerd. Original Ricola,
Ricola.
cough drops are bomb. They're really, my current obsession in my house
They're
right now.
saving your life right now.
Man, when you're sick and you're on that, like, day 2 sick and you're
Yeah,
like, "I just need a shower," and you get in the hot shower, and then it's
and
like
it
a
steams
vapor
it out of
rub
you.
thing, and you put it in the bottom of the shower and it steams,
Yeah,
and you get that, like, vapor rub
yeah.
smell. Ah, so
Okay,
good.
so one time, Cam, my husband, was sick with some horrible cough, and so he, like, made,
He's good
like,
at
a
those.
yeah, yeah, so he made, like, I don't know, boiling water, and I don't Vicks Vapor Rub something, or I don't know what he made, some concoction of, like
Concoction.
anyway, and then he put a
Menthol.
towel yeah, it was like straight menthol and steam, and he put a towel over his head over the bowl at the kitchen table, okay? And he
Okay.
started coughing, and it was one of those coughs that, like, won't quit, right? It was like the on and on and on, and I remember I was,
Yeah.
like, standing in the kitchen, and I was like, "Oh my god, shut up." Like, because it was, like, one of those that, like, sounded so dramatic,
Yeah.
but it went for so long that he didn't inhale ever, and he passed out. He passed out into the bowl, onto the table, fell off the chair, the glass bowl shatters, okay? And I'm just like, "Oh my god." I just, like, run over to him, like, shaking him, like, "Cam, Cam, Cam, like, wake up." Like, there's, like, shattered glass all around him and, like, boiling water. And he finally, like, came to, and he was like, "What happened?" I was like,
Oh my
"You
god.
you had the most dramatic cough of your life and, like, forgot to breathe." And I'll just, like so I'm, like, scared of Vicks Vapor Rub since then. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm like, "Please never do
Ever
that
since
again."
then. That
Man,
is
that
such a
was
Cameron way to do it, though.
right?
The
It was
intensity level at
everything is
100.
120. Everything, like,
Sorry.
everything is above and beyond. Like,
Yes.
that's just how he
Like,
lives
I'm
his
not just
life.
gonna do this cute shower
No, no.
steamer
I'm
chest
gonna
rub. I'm gonna,
blast
like,
bomb my face. Yeah, like third
suffocate
degree burns
myself
probably.
in a
It's
balm
just
of Vicks
funny.
Vapor
That's just
Rub.
how you're right, it's just how he is, like, I just remember this one time we took this, like, boxing conditioning class. We had
Yeah.
I think it was, like, a Groupon we found. We're like, "Let's do this." And about, like, 10 minutes in, we're like, "Oh, we're not in shape for this. Like, this is
Yeah.
awful." And so I realized so I know how to just, like, half-ass it to get through it, right? I don't go
Yeah.
100 if I know I can't do it. I'm gonna half-ass it so I'm alive at the end of it. And
Yeah.
no, instead he has to go 100,
Of
120,
course.
so where he's passing out on the ground with his head between his legs, like, try and I was just like, "Can you just go halfway?" And he just can't. He has to
You
go
just can't.
he just does life at 120, so,
You just can't do it. It's just not in his
yeah.
blood.
Yeah. So, anyway, I don't fuck with Vicks Vapor Rub, so,
I don't fuck with that.
yeah.
Well, if you ever
Um,
wanna try a shower steamer, I don't think it will
I'm too
suffocate you.
scared. I'm too scared.
Man, I'm glad he came out of that one. That
Yeah.
sounds scary.
It was dramatic.
So dramatic.
Ah,
Anyway,
um,
that's my sick recommendation.
alright.
Yeah.
My book recommendation, I read, Best Offer Wins by Marisha Cashino, I believe. I feel like I don't know
Ooh.
if I spelled that right. But this book was really cool. So I usually do read more of the romance, fantasy,
Yeah.
romanticy, but every now and then I'll read like a thriller or suspense or something. This one, I like don't know where to categorize it. It's definitely not a romance at all, but it's like about real estate and like
Okay.
this woman who
It's
is trying
fiction?
to get pregnant. It's fiction, and
Okay.
this woman's trying to get pregnant, and she's trying to find the perfect house in a crazy like housing market.
Okay.
Which those 2 things put together can already drive you a little batty or a
Yeah,
lot
yeah.
batty, and in
Yeah.
this case, just this lady went off the rails,
Oh,
and it
jeez.
was very entertaining, but you never, ever, ever root for her, she's, like, a terrible person,
Oh,
but
yeah.
it, like, kept you I was like I couldn't stop reading, I couldn't put it down, so,
I have a hard
anyone
time when the
needs
main
I
lead
know,
is,
so do I
like,
did you ever
not
read
a great person.
Yellowface? I don't know if
Uh-uh.
you read Yellowface. Okay.
I
If anyone's
didn't.
read Yellowface, it had very similar vibes to that feeling where you're like,
Okay.
"I cannot root for this person, but I have to read the rest of the story."
Yeah.
But it is kinda nice just to kinda, like, hate read somebody, so it
Hate
was
read.
like yeah, so, I enjoyed it a
Nice,
lot.
okay.
It was a fun little mix because
Okay,
I've,
tell me what it's called again?
it's called Best Offer Wins by
Best
Marisha
Offer Wins.
Cashino, I believe?
Okay.
But I was looking at my Goodreads, and I've accidentally somehow read 16 books this month, and I don't know how
Accidentally
that's
somehow.
possible because the month is not over, and
Only a few days left, yeah.
the most I've ever done in 1 month might have been, like, 13, but I did have a
Really?
reading retreat, so, I mean, that
A reading retreat had to
yeah,
give you, like,
that
a
had to
how many
help.
did you read on that?
I've read 1.5, but still, that's I don't know. I've just been flying through
Yeah.
books
Well, it
this
seems like
month.
the cakes haven't been, quite as busy.
The cakes for, like, over the holidays were not, and then as soon as the holidays were over, they picked up a lot, except this week is kind
Oh,
of I have, like, 4, but last week
okay.
and the week of book retreat weekend, it was like I might have taken on a little too much, but
Oh, yeah.
I showed you pictures of it. I made the coolest cake I've ever made, like, in my
Oh,
history of cakes.
yeah! We gotta
The
show
Stranger
it.
Things cake, it was just like
So
someone had
good.
ordered so they had sent me, like, an inspiration picture, like, "Can you do something like this?" And I took one look at it, and I was like, "I don't think I could do that." But I was
Yeah.
like, "You know what? If I buy" it had, like, a very detailed Demogorgon on top, which was
Yeah.
a figure like, it was a figurine someone bought. And
Okay.
so I was like, "Alright, I'll just buy a figurine because like, there's no way in hell I'm gonna try
To
this with
make it?
fondant because like, fondant I'm okay doing some
Ugh.
things with fondant, but, like,
Yeah.
that kinda detail, I was like, "There's no way." And so I, like, was looking for figurines, and they were, like, $60. Like, I don't
Really?
understand why. And so
Whoa.
then I found, like, a bobblehead one that was, like, 30, and I was like, "Alright, I'm just
Okay.
gonna" and that, like, cuts into your profit, right?
Yeah.
But whatever. It was, like, for convenience for me.
Yeah.
I was like, "Alright, I'm gonna buy this $30 one." And then so, like, a little bit before this while I'm working on the cake, my husband's like, "Yeah, I just got a notification from Amazon that that one's out of stock and it didn't ship." And I was like,
Oh,
I have to
no.
make this thing out of fondant. So I was like, I'm just gonna do it. And I sat down and I did it. And this cake turned out like I think it's the coolest cake I've ever made. And I'm
It's so
obsessed
good.
with
Well,
it.
except for my cake,
I mean, your
obviously.
cake was very cool. It was very that is true. That is true. But this
It's
one
really
was
good.
just like very cool. So I was really proud of
We'll
myself
show
about
it.
that cake. Yeah.
That's really cool. How did you do
That's fun.
is it vines,
They're
the
like
black?
vines. Yeah, it's like so if you watch the show, like basically these demogorgons like can rip through from the upside down into the real
Yeah.
world like through a wall and
Okay.
there's like this weird webbing kind of or whatever
Okay.
and
So
this
that's what it
and
was?
yeah it's like a webbing
A
situation so
webbing.
yeah
Okay. I don't know how you did
but
that.
I did it with
Did
all
you have
I
to, like, sit
planned on doing it with
sideways?
fondant I planned it on doing it with fondant because like to get that kind of just like
Oh,
rolled
yeah.
I don't know that thin texture but then I was like I'm doing buttercream and I just freaking did it and I love it and I think it's so cool.
It's so
So,
cool. We're gonna show
yeah,
it because it's
and now my
amazing.
niece is like, "I want that cake," and I was like, "Oh my god, I'm
I
just gonna
can't
buy
do
a
it again.
Demogorgon."
Yeah.
A Demogorgon took forever.
Oh my gosh, it's
But what's your
amazing.
next thing?
What is my next thing? Okay, yours is the book. I'm really excited because Shrinking just came back,
Mm,
the show on Apple TV.
yeah.
And it's only one episode out. I think it literally just came out today, and so we watched it last
What
night.
season is it? How many are there?
I think it's 3. Is it season 3? I think
I
it's
have no
season 3.
idea.
I'm gonna look
Okay,
it up. Don't worry. Um, yeah. Wait. Yes, and the next one comes out next week. Yeah, season
okay.
3. So, it's really good. I highly recommend the last 2 seasons if you need something like it's kind of in that Ted Lasso category of,
Okay.
like, it's funny, but it's kind of heartwarming, really funny characters. I think the comedy is hilarious.
Yeah.
Brett Goldstein, is that his name? The
Yeah,
guy
from Ted Lasso?
from Ted Lasso is in the show too as, like,
Oh,
a
cool.
side character, but he also is a big I think he has a big role in producing it or making it, writing it,
Okay.
something. So, anyway, it's a very similar vibe, but it's really good, and Harrison Ford is excellent,
Yeah.
and is it Michelle Williams? Oh, she's so good.
Really?
Jessica Williams, not Michelle
Oh, just
Williams.
okay. I do
Jessica
need
Williams.
so I do like to watch some shows while I'm caking, but it has to be, like, easy background watch.
Okay,
'Cause, like, I was
yeah,
trying to watch Heated Rivalries, and there's a lot of text
yeah.
messages, like, that pop up on the
Oh,
screen that you
yeah,
have
that you
to
have to
read.
read.
Yeah, and so, like, I just, like, had to abandon my cakes and try to read the screen, but,
Okay,
maybe
you
I'll
should
try
try
that one.
Shrinking. But
Is
I
that on Apple
think
TV?
it's Apple TV. I would
Okay,
recommend starting from the beginning.
okay.
Personally, but
Most
the new
people
season
do.
is really good. And I
Okay.
also really, really love Amy Poehler's podcast. I feel like I've talked about it
Oh, I started listening
recently.
to it. Good Hang?
Good Hang?
Good Hang.
Yeah.
I started listening to it, yeah. And I
Yeah.
like how she interviews someone who knows the person first, like, that's
Yes.
a cool way to, like, get to know some weird other perspective of the person before she interviews them,
Yeah.
so I thought that was cool.
I think that part's so fun, and it's so endearing, to hear somebody talk about somebody else, like,
Yeah,
that they love, and it's kind of a genius trick for the episode because you start off with that, and then they tell you, the person they interview that knows the person gives you questions they want her to
oh,
ask,
yeah,
and then so it kind of hooks you in to stay through the interview because you wanna hear her ask them
yeah,
their
their questions.
questions, if that makes
Yeah,
sense. So it's genius, and you wanna see, like, the person that she's interviewing, like, react about a
yeah,
lot of times it's a surprise, like, who they talk to or whatever.
mhm,
So, anyway, it's just fun, and it's, like, lighthearted, and it's fun, and it's never heavy like, super
yeah.
heavy, so it's a nice escape.
That's why I like Smartless a lot, like, I like listening to
Yeah, I
Smartless
haven't
because it's
listened to
always a
that.
surprise. Have you ever listened to it?
No.
Oh my god, it's so, like okay, so it's
Is
Will
it so
Arnett,
good?
who is Amy Poehler's ex, right?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so it's Will Arnett, Jason Bateman, and, Sean Hayes,
Okay.
and
Yeah, I
it's
knew that, but
their whole
I
thing
need
is
to listen
that
to it.
each time they bring on a guest, but they don't tell the other 2 who the guest is gonna be, so that you can't, like, prepare questions or anything, right?
Oh.
So they'll just, like they'll start chatting, and then they're like, "Alright, let me introduce this person." They start to, like, say, like, "They lived in this town, they went to school here, they won all these awards," and so they start, like, throwing out names trying to guess, and then
Yeah.
it's like, "It's Jennifer Lawrence," or something. It's always, like, a
Yeah.
really well, usually a really big name that's really fun, and I love it. I don't know why. I think those guys
Oh my
are
gosh.
hilarious in a weird mix of, like, rude and funny and just, like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I love it. So that one's
Okay, I gotta try it.
another one that I enjoy
Add
a
that to
lot.
my list. I love that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
anyway, yeah, if you're looking for
Anywho.
something fun.
Yeah.
Was that our second thing?
Yeah, I did my book and I did my, nail wraps. So my
Oh,
last
yeah.
thing is actually a recipe that, my friend Jess made while we were at book retreat,
Ooh, okay.
and if you know me, you know that I cannot cook to save my life, but this one is so easy that even I didn't mess it up,
Ooh.
and I made it for dinner last night, and I'm actually about to go have my
Ooh.
leftovers, for lunch. But
What is
it's,
it?
Trader Joe's viral dumpling bake, okay? So
Ooh.
it's like a oh, it's so good. It's like coconut milk with red curry sauce with,
Ooh.
what else? With some garlic and some soyaki, which is at Trader Joe's
Oh, I
rice, just
love
teriyaki sauce.
soyaki.
See, I didn't go so I bought all the things, but not at Trader Joe's because I'm lazy and
What?
I do, like, my grocery delivery at King
You
Soopers.
gotta get the Trader Joe's
I
stuff.
know, I
Soyaki
need
is really good.
s so anyway, I did King Soopers' version of Trader Joe's viral dumpling
Soyaki.
Blake.
Okay, fine.
But
King
it's
Soopers.
so good. Like, I thought it was delicious,
What were
and
the
I'm gonna have it
dumplings?
again. Oh, it's like pot stickers, um,
Oh.
and you're supposed to bake it for, like, 35 minutes, but we had just gotten back from Havana's basketball. I don't know, it was, like, late at
Okay.
night, and I was like, "I don't have time for this." So
Yeah.
I, like, mixed everything, all the sauce in a pan and just warmed that, and then I just did I fried the pot stickers on the
Okay.
stove. And so I was
Nice.
like, I just made the much faster version of this bake, and it was so good, and now it's like a
Yeah?
soup too, like, so I'm actually very
Ooh.
excited to go have my lunch, but,
Okay, we
so
need to
easy to
share that
make, you can't
recipe.
mess it up. Yeah, I'll share the recipe, but it's delicious.
Okay.
And, like, I had asked
Amazing.
Jess for the recipe, and then, like, yes, it turned out that yesterday, like, 3 of the other people from book club were also making it, so
Oh my
we all
gosh.
had it last night, and it was so good.
Crazy. That
Yeah.
reminds me of the Caro Chambers recipe. She does like a wontons and curry
Ooh,
sauce
yum.
thing, broth. It's like
Yeah,
sounds kind of similar, and
it
it's
might
so
be.
easy, and I love
Yum.
that. Love easy.
Love an easy recipe.
Yeah. Okay, share that. I gotta make it for sure.
Alright, what's your last thing?
Oh, my last thing is kind of food related. It's, okay, so I got a little what do you call it in ADHD when you get a little hyper obsessed with something?
Obsessed, yeah.
Hyperfixation?
Hyperfocus, yeah,
I got a
fixation.
little bit of a hyperfixation on apple juice on juice
Okay.
boxes. Okay, this is how it started. This is my hand gestures to tell you this story to explain my craziness. But I this month we were having like a fun, air quote fun budget experiment where we
Yeah,
were trying really hard not to spend money.
okay.
So we were having a whole month of like, and we try to like kind of gamify it almost like, okay, how little can we spend? Like, can we do a
Yeah,
really good job? Do we really need like anything we do not need to spend, we try to cut out. And so
yeah.
one of the things that I had been reflecting on, well, first of all, groceries. Groceries are insane.
They're so expensive now.
It's insane. It's been that way for a while, but like
Yeah.
it's so painful. And so one of the ways my kids love juice and they're juice drinkers. Listen, I know a lot of families who don't let their kids drink juice, and I'm just not one
We're
of
not
them.
judging you, we're not judging you.
And they have
It's a safe
lemonade
space.
sometimes and they have juice. And actually, I need to get my son to drink water. Like, this
My
is a
kids have
new
Diet Coke, so it's fine. It's fine. You know,
I love that.
they're happy and healthy, it's
I
fine.
love that I'm, like, all
Like
nervous about
juice, I'm
juice.
like,
You're like,
"Diet
"My
Coke's
kids have
fine."
Diet Coke. They're fine." I love it. I'm giving them
Uh,
caffeine.
yeah,
My daughter loves poppy sodas, which is not
yeah,
the same
that's
exactly,
a
but
healthy
still.
version.
Yeah. Um, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. So, we were on a budget, and I was like, "I don't wanna buy juice boxes because we were buying Capri Suns,
Yeah,
and they blow through those things, like, so fast. So,
yeah,
the motivation started from financial. I was like,
yeah,
I was buying, like, new cases of Capri Sun all the time. And we bought the, like, flavored water one, so I felt a little bit better about it
yeah,
health-wise, but anyway, I was like, "I wanna buy juice." So then I was buying jugs of juice or, like, honest juice boxes.
yeah,
Those things are expensive, dude.
yeah,
It's like,
yeah,
I don't know. And then, like, we're in Portland, so I'm also highly aware of, like, the environmental effect of, like, all this trash we're
yeah,
making, if they're, like, pulling juice boxes out of the fridge. I'm cleaning up those little, like the straw wrappers are
yeah.
the worst, and they're,
That,
like,
like,
in your
static cling to
yes,
everything.
and they're, like, in your
Ugh.
carpet, and they're on your
Yeah.
couch, and they're everywhere, and I was like, "I'm so sick of these." So, anyway, I got really cheap, and even so then we started buying jugs of apple juice, and I was like, "You're gonna have jugs." And then that was my mean mom being like, "You're
You're
gonna
getting
drink
you're
jugs of
drinking
juice."
jug apple juice. You're getting Costco apple juice.
Yeah. So I got the jugs. But then they're like pouring it themselves and they're using their cups. And I'm like,
Filling it.
oh, this is so fucking annoying. So
Yeah.
then, sorry, I shouldn't say that. Then
We
I
love
got really
them.
cheap because I was like, okay, well, then I looked at the cost of the jug versus the cost of the box. And I was like, they're really not that different. And I was doing like the per fluid ounce math here.
Wow. You got
Yeah.
real
I'm telling you, I
down and
got
dirty in
deep. I
details.
did some research. So then I got in Costco and I was like, okay, then I was somewhere at the grocery store and I got a can of frozen juice concentrate for
Okay.
apple. Did you know you can get that for apple juice?
I knew you
I
could get
didn't
for
know
orange
that.
juice. I don't know if I've
Yeah.
ever seen it for apple
Like the
juice.
ones for orange juice, you can get it for apple juice, apparently. I'm really delving into cheap mom territory. So I was like, oh yeah, it was like $1.79
Yeah.
for a can of frozen apple juice concentrate. So I was like, I got some pictures at home. We're doing it. So I did that, but it only makes 48 fluid ounces.
Okay.
So it ends up being like, it's still a very good deal. And I taste tested it with my kids and they drank
Mhm.
it and didn't complain, which was like
Okay.
great. I thought it tasted fine. It was great.
Yeah.
Still 100% juice. And so it was 4 cents per fluid ounce. And I was
Okay.
like, all right, that's like the cheapest I could get it.
Yeah.
But then the other day I was doing some more research and at Costco you can get like 2 gallon jugs for like $12 and it ends up being under. So anyway, that's my new benchmark is like under
It
four
ends up
cents a
being
fluid
what?
ounce. Ends
What's
up
the
being like
Costco one?
it ends up being like 3.5 cents a fluid ounce.
Okay.
So I was like, all
Wow.
right, I'll just buy the jug.
Just buy the
But then I
jugs.
also have to store the jugs, because
Yeah.
they're huge.
Yeah.
So I was like, maybe the cans are better. Y'all, this is what I do. Is this weird? This is weird.
I mean, you cut costs. I mean, compare that to what you were spending on the Capri Suns, and you'll feel a lot
I
better about
know.
yourself.
Thank you.
Like, what
And
what would
then,
that have been, like,
well,
per ounce, the Capri Sun?
uh,
I don't know if you
I'll
did
just
that
look it up.
math.
Don't worry
Okay.
about it. I got you. It's probably not that different, and then everybody's gonna be like, what are you
But every
doing?
now and then, Cam and I will geek out about, like, "Oh my god, we can bet" there was, like, this giant box of, like, 3 supersized bags of cereal in one giant box, and the
Yeah.
whole thing was, like, the $6. And we were, like, at Costco Sunday, and Kim's like, "It's only $6." I was like, "Do you know how much leftover cereal we're gonna have? Because these
Oh my
kids,
god,
like,
cereal's so
they're gonna have" I know,
expensive.
"They're gonna have, like, 3 bowls and then be over it." But he's like, "But it's only $6." I mean, that's true, like, if you compared it to 3 normal size individual
I know.
boxes,
That are like
like, it is a good deal.
$7.99 or something
Right.
stupid,
Yeah.
like, you're getting, like, the name brand stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not that much more. It's like
You're like, "Shit, we're going back to the Capri Sun."
hold on, let me see. 6 cents a fluid ounce.
Okay,
I
you're
mean,
saving you almost got it halfway
2
down.
2
Yeah.
cents.
2 cents. Uh,
Listen,
hey, when you multiply that by the number of juices your kids drink per week,
yeah,
it's money. It's money.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm just but I also got these cute little,
Oh
like,
god.
8
Glass jugs.
ounce, like plastic
Yeah.
jugs,
Yeah.
plastic bottles
With a
to put in
straw.
my fridge to, but
Oh,
not straw
man.
because I was like, I don't want another, like, complicated straw lid to have to
Yeah.
wash. Because
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but I'm drowning in
No, it's
cups.
annoying, yeah.
And
Well,
so
so
I
I'm
got
getting
these,
to
like,
that
little
point where
spout.
my kids
Ugh.
are finally of the age where I think I'm gonna not throw out, donate all the kid, like, bowls and plates and cups, like,
Yeah, we're getting
they're to
there.
the now we're like, I don't need to use these little kid things anymore, so it's
Yeah,
kind of exciting.
that is exciting.
Yeah, I'm gonna
My
clear that
son
whole
still
cabinet.
requires a straw, which is
Yeah.
really annoying. Um, is this really only 6 cents a fluid ounce?
That's so funny.
6 cents an ounce?
Uh,
Really?
all that work you did. And then if you divide the gas to drive to Costco.
Okay, well, listen,
Oh,
I
man.
know how to get it under 4 cents a fluid ounce if you're
Oh,
looking to
god.
save 2 cents an ounce.
Each
I'm your
episode, we
girl.
should pick, like, an item and see how cheap we can find that item. I think it'd be so
Yeah,
funny.
yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
Alright.
That's
Well,
sad.
you
Well,
know what? At least we
at least
you
we're
know, in
here.
this episode, we brought it down, we brought it back up, we've went sideways a little, so I think it's fine. I think it's fine.
I think it's great. It's great.
Oh,
All
Lord.
right, everybody stay sane out there.
Yeah,
Call your
stay sane.
local representative.
Yes, call them, badger them.
We're gonna do that, and
Keep recording, keep your phones out.
keep your phones out
Stay vigilant.
and stay vigilant
Yeah.
and still find joy and don't feel too bad
Yes,
about
find
it.
joy. Yes.
Yeah. We love you
Alright,
guys,
well,
and we'll be back in a few weeks.
until next time.
Until next time.
Bye.
Bye.